Greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping Teacher. What was your very first vehicle? Go ahead and put it into the chat. Mine was a 1989 Buick LeSabre. I received it when I went to college from my grandparents, and it was a machine. I mean, the thing, it ran smooth, and it was a beast in the snow. You know, growing up on the south side of Chicago, we considered that the Cadillac of the South Side. Now, I've told you before that my very first job was pulling weeds at a golf course when I was in 5th grade. Everyone was happy. I got cash, my dad got free golf, and the flower beds of the golf course were pristine. Now, I also had a job at Best Buy in college, and this was like 2000, I believe, and it was a real Chicago snowstorm. Not like one of the ones today where 2 days ahead of time they think it's going to snow, so they cancel school and we get 1 inch. It was coming down fast and furious, and it was heavy snow. So at Best Buy, they were sending home people, and I was like, I'd rather stay. I want the money when I go back to college. So I said, if you need people to stick around, I'll stay. And they said, well, it's pretty bad outside. I was like, don't worry, I've got a Buick. And I don't think he really, cared or whatever, but just went on to the next person. But not many people were in the store. But all of a sudden, up to my register appears a man in a kind of longer tan or like brown winter leather coat and a cowboy hat. It was Billy Williams. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're Billy Williams. He kind of gives me this, smile and says, how you doing? All those things. Like, my dad, he told me all about Billy Williams. And one of the things was he was also a bench coach, first base coach, and hitting coach of the Chicago Cubs during those early years of my Cubdom. And I was just kind of talking to him a little bit, and I was like, this is a good DVD player, I think. I don't know. But, he did a little small talk with me and said, would you sign an autograph for me? And this is all I had. The old protection plan from Best Buy, and I kind of carefully opened it up, and I had him sign it for me right there. And I say, no, be careful, driving out there, Mr. Williams. It's looking rough out there. And what do you think the Cubs are going to do next year? And he kind of just smiled and gave me a thumbs up, and probably wasn't the best of years. But as a Cub fan, we're kind of used to that. Now, flash forward, I think it was like 2 or 3 years after that, my dad and I went to a Cubs game. It was a night game. It was after work. I think when I was working there, but just, took a night off, enjoyed the game with my pops. And the Cubs usually have these scratch-off tickets where if you won, you would get whatever the prize is. And on that day, it was a Billy Williams autographed baseball, which I have right here. Now, this was in a much different case. One time, Graham was kind of looking at it, dropped it, and broke it. He kind of redid the sign that was right there, and just an awesome thing. And the first so many people got to actually meet Billy Williams, and he kind of talked to him, and I said, do you still have that DVD player? And I said, well, it's probably still in the box, and just kind of chuckled. So here's what we're doing, folks. I've got 2 cards, and let me know, what do you think? Or actually, oh man, where's the other card at here? Hold on. These are always live, everybody. This is always live here, Sports Card Ripping Teacher. Okay, here we go. I knew I had it. What do you think would look better autographed by Billy Williams in a TTM? I've been working on a little bit of vintage here. I do have this card right there, Billy Williams, looking beautiful. But I've also got this one. And the one thing that kind of appealed to me was Ron Santo is on there as well. And kind of crazy that him and Billy Williams had exactly 98 RBIs for the season. Both of them were chasing William McCovey. But let me know, which one do you think would look better in ink? All right, class is in session. Today is Friday, February 20th, lesson 27. And shout out to my favorite hockey player of all time, Jeremy Roenick. It was so much fun to watch him, and it broke my heart when the Blackhawks traded him. And I kind of stopped watching a lot of hockey because the Blackhawks became really bad. And once they started making their cup runs, I was kind of slowly coming back into hockey. And just always sad when I think back to that memory as a child. But in 1917, Red Auerbach was born. And in 1913, One of my favorite stories of all time. There's a great book, a movie as well, The Greatest Game Ever Played. But Francis Ouimet, an amateur golfer, won the United States Open. And in 1953, Ernie Banks hit his first home run. Let's now go downtown hunting. All right, here we go. So I'll be honest, I can just feel it in my bones. I feel like there is a downtown. Got a fresh blaster box here we're going to open. We're going to open up 3 of the packs. I think we'll probably just need 2 to actually get the downtown. But before I do that, why in the world are the Green Bay Packers 2.5-point underdogs to the Tennessee Titans? Now, the only thing I can think of is maybe, David over at Jordan Cali Squad, he took just a truckload of money, whether it's a U.S. or Canadian, and put it down on the Titans and move the number. That's the only thing. I mean, I'm thinking Green Bay Packers by at least 6. I think they'll cover that number right there. Brock Purdy. When I saw that, I was kind of, shaking the old head. All right, ooh, this one feels a little thicker. I've gotten so many Andre Rison cards. Broderick Jones, Stevenson, Reddick. All right, come on. Last chance for today, folks. Last chance for today. Christian Watson, Green Bay Packer. You never go wrong with the Green Bay Packer, folks. Sean Clifford. You never go wrong with the Green Bay Packer, folks. Matthew Stafford on the silver. Jason Taylor. No downtown, but hey, can look at this Billy Williams ball all day long. Billy Williams autograph. Class is dismissed.